Alright, without any further ado, let's get straight back into it. Provided it works this time. Last time I tried to reload a save, it just died on me for no good reason. Like that. Exactly like that. Well, let's bring you on back to scene 4 here, and while I try and troubleshoot what the hell happened with that. Always fun. Technical difficulties, as always. Wouldn't be a BPL or a WBPL stream without it messing up somehow. We will see how we go this time. Geez, 45 degrees C. That is an uncomfortable time. Every time this game, it changes. Something about the Steam save, I think. There we go, that's much better. We actually have it working this time. We have missed a few things though. I think I might just change those levels a touch. There we go. I think that's probably a little bit better. Let me know if it is too loud or too quiet. But we have things that have happened. Let's see here. I think we'll ignore the wolf market and the rose market for the moment. We do have some. How's our hull? 52 of 75. Let's go put our ship in dry dock. I think I still have some Admiralty favor. Yes, I've got a fair bit actually. So we're going to go ahead and repair for 24 echoes. Quite good. Enough for now. We have 9 of 10 crew. Mass Effect LE. I don't think I remember what that one is. Ooh. No, I don't think we need anything there. Double check that we've given everything. Yep, we've traded all of our port reports. We do have a visit from Mr. Sachs. Hello, Mr. Sachs. Ah, Legendary Edition. Oh, okay. Midnight. A presence dominates your lodgings. Its fur-trimmed row, red with blood and snow. Over your chair hangs a familiar brown sack bulging with offerings. Londoners give generously to the crimson beast of winter. Anything to be rid of it. The figure stares into the fireplace, smelling of soft musk and harsh ammonia. I require a sturdy vessel, and captain, yours comes recommended. You will suffice. Mr. Sachs, take my service, an ancient contract, words not to be spoken lightly. You may wish to wait until you have explored the main trading ports around London before doing this. It appears to be something like Santa. I don't know, but we're going to find out, and I'm totally going to take whatever Listen, when an eldritch being appears in your bedroom with a sack full of offerings, you don't say no. Oh, good, he's on my boat. Disappears back into the Incardine robe. 3 deliveries by your release. Do not tarry. You have much to lose. Okay. I could purchase an elegant townhouse now. I do have the echoes for it. Right, let's get at it as it is. We do require... Well, we're good for fuel. We could use a little bit of supplies. That should be enough. Yes, 13 fuel, 11 supplies. That should be more than enough. Now we can check the rows of... That gave us 150 echoes for an outlandish artifact. That's pretty good. We need more hunting trophies and more Scintillak. Now, if we check our journal, is he an officer? Well, I guess he's not an officer. The first delivery. The creature calls for you. It is time to begin. A hunger that can never be satiated. Mr. Sachs is waiting. Clutching at what looks like a leg of lamb, the meat is rotten, the bone is well chewed. A fool sought a name that devours. It devoured him. A lifetime's wealth wasted on cravings that can never be satiated. When all was eaten, he stripped the meat from his fingers in search of solace. Still the hunger gnawed and screamed in his belly. He thought it was pitiful. Offering of poison might free him. Debts are not so easily paid. Deliver this to Khan's Heart or Pigmote Island. Well, I know where the Pigmote Island is, so we should probably head for that. Over there at Saints Haven. So we can do a bit of a wandering lurch around and then come up. That seems reasonable to me. I'm sure Mr. Sachs won't mind a small detour. Yes, Astral Viper, 100% delicious bacon. And never mention anything about food ever again. Hello, Blue 95 Coon. "'Tis only a small detour, Relogus. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to us. We only have an evil creature on the board." Hello, Kreb. Feel the wrath of my cheese. Yes, I did save. I'm sure I'll be fine. Let's see here. We can visit the hilltop. We stand on a cliff looking over the little village. Delicious meat ever. Smoke from the chimney of the Cock and Magpie drifts upwards. You watch the smoke tilt, then sudden wind thins it to a pencil smudge, then nothing. The wind screams unexpectedly, like a god cut in half. What a noise. It must be the caves around the island channeling the air. At least that's the most comforting explanation. Below you, the locals each take nips from a shared flask and make a toast towards the mainland. The wind is southerly. Oh, nice. Got some fragments out of that. I could do buy supplies, buy fuel. May as well grab some. What's our terror like? It's not bad right now, but it could be better. But we could also chat to the fishermen. And we have a port report of Quaker's Haven. Now, I think that's about all for now. Mr. Sachs is waiting, and he will not be denied. Well, let's get some knowledge out of it. Ooh, 25 fragments. Excuse me. And we're going to Abbey Rock, which is quite close to Button Island. I've never seen it really this close. Delicious knowledge. As long as it's not forbidden knowledge, that never ends well. I mean, I imagine smoked meat is hard for most eldritch beings to get a hold of, so it's probably not wrong. Well, let's compile a port report, rather. I've got pig on the brain thinking about pork. Port report. We have some news. We lose 2 terror as a result. And that's about all we can do here. That's good. Now we'll make our way over to Station 3 and then up to Pigmode Island. Everyone loves the pork report. Well, I mean, that's how the King in Yellow always gets about. Having the best followers because he actually rewards them. Sometimes for some very mediocre things. True. I mean, Cthulhu also rewards people by going, hey, there's a taste of madness. I don't think we'll be able to get into this port at all. No way in. Yes. We need a long box. I was hoping to at least compile a port report, but no such luck today. Yes, no one's ever left for last. If they ever tell you that we'll leave you for last, they're definitely lying. Let's send out the bat and see if we can find anything of worth. Ugh, a pirate frigate, really, at this time of day? Honestly, no class at all. Pardon, sir, have you heard the word and savior of our Lord, the words of our Savior Zorg? Ah, supplies and 2 fuel. And a bolt of fabric. Oh, some spider silk, very nice. Oh, a light ship. I don't see many of those this far out. Yes, he cleanses the sea of pirates and filth with his light. Everybody remembers Fire and Flame. No other Dragon Force song, but at least that one. If we've got anything else that we can scout up. The crimson beast of winter towers above you on the snow-drowned street, its sack open wide to receive your offerings. I will take all you can give. I will take everything you have. I will take more. Take my best regards. Well, hopefully it can work once. Mr. Sachs is silent for a moment. May you experience all the generosity that you deserve. It intones stepping into the darkness and taking the light and all memory of light with it. You wake up, cold sweat, fumbling to light the lantern beside your bed. Just a nightmare, but one that leaves behind a sick sense of something barely averted. Saxon snow, a chill presence quality is now 1. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but I'm going to go with Ilsu. Greetings. Well, the old Londonist trick has worked the once that it should work. Now hopefully we can deposit at Saints Haven in Pigboat Island. Then we can escape. Well, first and foremost, we can drop this off. And I've gained 3 Scintillac for a new total of 6. Pigmoat stored food diminishes quickly. Hungry rats and kevies stare at each other, a new glint passing from eye to eye as the craving and stomach pangs spread. They stop to watch you in silence. You go past, mouth salivating in the middle of the small town. A few of the hungriest begin digging a well. Careless advisor, return to us. Praise the tide. We need your wisdom once again. How will we advise Pigmoat Island? How many do we need? Well, I have enough supplies. I could denote them. Yes. A total of 4. That won't come back to bite me in the butt, will it? Will it? Indeed. Upon fair Verona. Shall compile a port report. Well, if need be, we can always find somewhere to pick more of. We're still looking for Guider's Morn, though. We haven't found that yet, which is odd. Because we found the Chapel of Lights. The Bonny Reefs are down this way, so it should be in this region. Let's head south. And back. We'll try and locate Guider's Morn. Let's see what we find. I could have asked him, but I'm kind of trying to put it off until he asks me. But I guess that's probably not going to work. Creature calls for you once again. A prize that became a curse. Mr. Sachs produces a jeweled bird. The thief thought it would bring her riches, perhaps it would. But when the gracious widow and the cheery man both covet what you stole, mere money ceases to be of concern. To offend one or make an enemy of the other. She sought a third way, a moment of inspiration that came too late. We want no part in this feud. Settle it. Okay, take this to the smugglers of the Isle of Cats to favour the widow, or the cheery man's agent on Mutton Island. Well. Portmanteau. I'm not sure. Bat swarm. Here, baddies. Is there anything else? Well, we gave up a crew. They line up, dead-eyed in the snow. To a distant beat they march, one by one into the sack. One by one their heads turn to face you, and then away. The beast pulls the drawstrings tight. More demands, more. A knock on the door wakes you. You rise with a fever, head still pounding from a half-remembered drumbeat. The crewman outside brings troubling news. What? How did this happen? How many? Close the door. A coincidence. Surely just a coincidence. Damn, I was really hoping I could one-shot these bats. Well, I mean, to be rid of Mr. Sachs, we could make best speed for Shepherd Isles. Oh, sorry, Mutton Island. It's along the way. And to be honest, to be rid of Mr. Sachs does sound like a good plan. Especially because that'll get us some blood. Peasant riffraff, though, needs to scrub the deck and keep the engine fueled. I can't be expected to do all this work. That sounds messy. Well, we're back into a fog bank. I think Mutton Island would be the best chance. Ooh, a crack pirate pinnace. It's a shame he'll die like the rest. Come on then. This is where the demon Patrick from SpongeBob lives. No, the one that remembers where he was being put in the Krabby Patties. That was a fun comic. Ooh, cask of mushroom wine. Nice. Yes. Indeed. Not hard enough by far. I don't see them carting around an eldritch horror just because it asked you to. It's also canon that he's just out on the deck talking to you as well. I still don't think I can take an overall Megalops. Indeed. Only him. There's nobody else in his head. That would be insane. You get used to the captain's mad ramblings on the port. Wait, did I miscalculate? Here we go. The cheery man's fellow is drinking in the pub. No good deed. A little lost birdie. Well, there's a thing. You have my patron's thanks. And here is your reward. That was promised and is well deserved. I have a feeling that I got jerked on the reward because I didn't go to the Isle of Cats. Only thing is, there's only two folk who might have this cheeriness property, and that's the one who stole it and the one that bought it and figured they could sell it back, like indeed you are doing right here. So, and it's nothing personal, mind, I'm afraid I must break something. A little warning to any other out there who might be thinking of being clever. Tell you what, how's about we make it fair? Use the coin, heads or legsies. He flips it, a high almost to the rafter. Rather than waiting for it to fall, you punch him hard in the face. The pub's clientele grumbles, but soon mollified by free drinks all round and paid for with money in the chap's pocket. Of course, leaving a little for yourself. Well, I suppose we could explore the shore. First offer salutes, Captain. 4 of the crew intend to perform a concert on the Z shore. You and I are both invited to attend. Well, it's a modest challenge. Let's go give a performance of our life. You still have your old penny whistle from your camp campaigning days. Perhaps you can join in. All of you together, there on the doorstep of the deep, making your uncertain way through mahogany hall favourites. It's a little bubble of cheery London light. A little bubble of cheery London light, there in the teeth of the night. Catch your cook's eye and grin. Succeeded in the Hearts Challenge. Nice. 1 memory, and we lose 3 terror. That's right. If you want to win, be faster on the draw. Alright, Mr. Sachs, what's the third delivery? The bee stirs in the hold. Your final assignment waits. Mr. Sachs, staring at a small wooden box as you enter. Inside wrapped a few pitiful scraps of velvet, the locks of blonde hair, and a set of teeth, carefully polished and barely used. The winter was harsh, and the fire went cold. Later the mother wished to forget. A convenient tragedy. Deliver this to the avid horizon in the north. Ooh, that dark. Very well. We will need supplies. How much do we have now? Well, we only have 6 supplies and 5 fuel. I don't think she used it for kindling. And yes, we are talking to our Cthulhu Santa. Oh, does he? Indeed, we will buy all of the fuel we can here. I think we might actually have to stop off in London, but Mr. Sachs is very impatient. Yeah, I think it's probably the best idea that we stop off in London, refuel as much as we can. Dagon hunger. Possibly. I think perhaps that it was just a particularly harsh winter and you do what you need to when it comes to the terrible algebra. Yeah, we'll grab some more supplies out of this. A crewman steps into your cabin. His uniform is one of your issue, though the face rings no bells. They do blend together after a while. This, however, does not look like a chap who swabs decks or loads cannons. Begging your pardon, Captain, permit me to introduce myself. Gervais at your service. At least while the poor fellow tied up behind the gallery remains regrettably indisposed. Might I trouble you for a brief moment of your time before my escort to the brig? I mean, sure, not every day you meet someone who's being, well, particularly dishonest. A message. My gracious employer has grave concerns about your guest down in the hold, Captain, and the course to which you are now committed. Blood will spill before his voyage is over. but it needn't be yours. Gervais produces a small vial, crystal. The blood is red, redder than normal blood, almost glowing with vitality. Here is a more bitter vintage. When the time comes, I urge you to choose wisely. A favor from on high is rarely a poor investment. You have been given your third delivery, and I now have a vial of highly questionable blood. Hello, Gavar. When the time comes. Interesting. Yes, generally you don't want to have too much of your blood on the outside. It tends to go badly for you. A drop here or there is fine, but all at once tends to lead to misunderstandings. Well, let's go grab our messages. I think we'll go to London and we'll carouse quickly. Some recent news. Ah, yes. The likely lass. Shared warmth and new memories. It's harder to say goodbye this time. Lost a lot of terror, though. Hire on more crew. 2 new crew for a total of 10. There's our ship look. Ah. We can do it with this simple dry dock. 100 echoes is a lot, though. But we have been getting some good stuff from our friend Mr. Sachs. A bit of a tautology, yes. Let's buy up to 15 fuel and at least 10 supplies. And away we go. I think it's cold enough down here that we don't need to worry about refrigeration. Just dip it in the cold, dark waters of the UnterZee. I can repair my ship myself. I had forgotten that this was a mechanic. Now, as much as I would love to stay and chat to the sisters, we have a dark and unfortunate task ahead of us. Weren't they just, snake oil salesmen, Astral Viper, Only the finest of red belly black snake oil. Cures all your arthritis and other needs. You take 40 bottles and you sell them on to your friends. And then you take the rest of it back to me. The original pyramid scheme. I see he misspelled venom. Nailed it. We'll grab some knowledge. No, I failed. It's unfortunate. Well, for the entirety of the Battletech lore and history, there is a discount, Dan. What is my iron? What's my best stat? Is my iron. Alright, you can take my teeth. Okay, well, what do you guys think we should do? Should we offer him my hearts, my teeth, or my crew? Alright, I'm hearing some good arguments for the crew here. Alright, boys, into the pot with ye. There's always more people. I'm too precious for it, though. They line up dead-eyed in the snow. One by one they go in again. I've lost 2 crew this time. More than reasonable. Oh, really? Really, Pirate Poet, now? Must we continue this dance? Matters not to me. Yeah, it's too bad ramming attacks don't do any damage to anyone but you. Come on, one more shot. Ah, I was trying to kill her without taking a single hit. No such luck, though. Well, let's investigate the wreckage again. We will send a lifeboat for the pirate poet. I'm not sure I got any more money out of that, but I certainly do like to stay on good terms with her. Ah, yes, well, I'm afraid that the only church I found in fallen London is the Red Church. I don't think anyone's lining up to make offerings of the Red Church. No, we must continue to the Chapel of Lights. Ah, yes. Only the finest Weevil invested stale bread for the orphans, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with the Red Church. It's just very red and has a tendency to make me so hungry I could eat my own fingers. You know, that gnawing hunger. Hey, don't sneeze at maggots. They're good if you're in a bind. Can be surprisingly tasty. Taste like little bits of chicken. I mean, what? I don't know what they taste like. It's like sugar ants. Delicious, if you can get them. Oh, Lifeberg. Sorry, Lifeberg, I have no way of cheesing you right now, so it's on to the Chapel of Lights. It's a specific type of maggot or mite, I believe, that the French tend to use in it. Oh look, we found a delicious chapel. Let's just gather some intelligence, shall we? Yes, sounds good. Five supplies, no, we can't afford that. We have a mission to attend. I find with gross food, as long as you're willing to accept its flavor only and not like the visual bite, it can be quite nice, but you do truly have to prepare yourself for it. The Avid Horizon. Mr. Sax's last stop. I'm sure this won't end poorly for us. As soon as you dock, Mr. Sax lumbers ashore. It has been preparing for this. Plunging a hand into its cloak, it removes a handful of ammonia-scented snow, places it on the ground, and adds another one on top. This one presses its teeth in the hair in the small box. Potential substance, only one thing needs to be added. As in the tales of the Nomen, the crimson beast of winter waits impatiently for you to provide it. So, we could give our blood? I mean, I think it's rot snow. Like, he peels the rotten snow from his body. So, do we give him our blood, or should we substitute the blood? Memento, I can assure you, I had not planned on it. What do you guys think? The substitute blood or our blood? Ours is much too valuable, I think. I mean, giving your blood to an elder god is akin to swearing fealty to it, is it not? Do we really wish to risk it? Is it worse than cheating an elder god? Now that is true. Do we dare cheat an elder god? I think Memento is right. We should give him our blood. A few drops should suffice. The essence of life. You nick your hand with the blade and hold it above the frozen mound. A drop wells and falls, more follow. They fizz in their lacquer, which softens and melts into a puddle of snow. A puddle from which a hand emerges, then a head, then another hand stretching as it clambers from nowhere, the shape of a child, its skin glistening. White snow rippled with red. You reach out a hand and the child grips it with the chill of frostbite. Its legs finally form from the last of the lacquer, and it falls to its new knees, shivering and looking around in confusion. One of your sailors hurries over with a warm blanket. Another smacks his idiot head. Mr. Sack stares down at the creature, which shivers and hugs itself. Inadequate, Sack says, again, striding to the sealed gates, rests a gloved hand against it, basking in the chill. The whisper of a place too cold for gods. Refreshing. Dispose of the mongrel as you see fit. Your service is done. Begone before I change my mind. Something new will shortly appear in your lodgings. Oh no. So what, now we just get a random orphan that we have to look after? Well, that's awful. Hey, you're a dad now. Oh, cool. I didn't get to do any of the fun things that usually leads up to this. You get to be a father with all of this. Orphan, anchor, extra rations. I mean, I'm not judging. Oh, okay, so um, two vast winged shapes guard something like resin, smooth but uneven in its. Oh, this is just a description. Approach the snow child. It cowers from the crimson beast. Its snow still settling. It cowers from the crimson blee. Okay. Oh no. Oh damn. Ask the snow child about home. It remembers a life in the streets of London. London, yes, I wanted to play on the rooftops, but it made Mother cry. She cries a lot, but she says it's not my fault. She'll be worried. Wait, you're not a devil, are you? Mother says to look out for devils. Gives you a suspicious sift. No, no eggy smell. You can take me back, right? I've always wanted to go sailing. The snow child looks up at you and won't take much room, and it could do with the name, though. At least until it remembers if it used to have one. I mean, you're damn right, because hot damn, that thing is hideous. Oh, good, now I have to name it. Winter, Shion, Loki, Boreas, Sengorochka, Elliot, Rose. Rose is clearly the worst name. I believe picking the name determines what gender it is? Question mark. But Rose is the most trash name. Snowchild has joined the ship. Well, I never want to return to this place. A boy named Sue. Or Sasha. I mean, I don't think we can really assign it a gender yet. At this point, I think it's got its hands full existing. And even then, tenuous on the word existing. I think that the most humane thing to do is to offload it on other urchins. I don't know. People like to think too much about these things, perhaps. Yes. Now let us never speak of Mr. Sachs again, Relogus. I think we will take our saltstone, well, until next December, that is, indeed. We'll go gather a load of saltstone and we'll take it to London for some money because I blew a lot on this quest. And then we're going to head south and try and find Guider's Morn. Shouldn't be that far south because it's certainly not north. A whole lot of nothing in the north. Pick one and stick with it. As they always say, there's power in a name. Alright, jellyfish, you want to play? That was rude, and it slightly dinged my hull. No, I got a strange catch. I think I only need 20 to carry Saltstone to London. I can't remember now. You know, one day I'm going to get the name of this right. I'm going to remember it's not called Saltstone. Today is not that day. Yeah, that was a good quest line. Well, let's go talk to them. We'll compile a port report. A couple of bucks never goes astray. And we'll grab some more Sphinx Stone. What should we get rid of? How much are we over? 43. We need to lose 3. I'll get rid of the strange catch, spider silk, and one of the bottles of wine. Which is a shame because I would have liked to have kept those. We could have got rid of fuel and supplies if we're suicidal. That's a big hell no, thank you. I think the portmaster in London always gets a bit upset whenever he sees our ship coming into port. He's just like, oh no, not again. Actually, we should stop by Venderbite. We have the fuel for it. And sell off that mushroom wine. Perhaps that parabola linen? Sorry, I can't talk today for some reason. I would rather you didn't, Mr. Crab. Shoo. No, shoo. Thank you. None of that. Someone is trying to get our attention. One of the tomb colonists takes an obvious interest in your crew, specifically the claddery air. The tomb colonist draws you a little way from the claddery air. Don't tell her you met me, he says in hoarse rasp. My mother cut my voice, hoped to fix it so I wouldn't be able to look for my daughter, so I wouldn't want to. Didn't work. Operation's never completely effective. Need to know my daughters well. Happy finding enough patience. Getting enough to eat. and so forth. In exchange for the simplest news, he explains himself. I'm her father, ordinary engineer, not the sort of parent she would want. Okay. A weak call for help. No, we don't need that. No, we've done that. Yeah, gather some gossip. Grab that port report. It's always money. See if we can find anything in Vendabite. Monumental ruins. Builders of this place worked with great slabs of Neathball stone, carving with blank-eyed, unsmiling faces and blocky, stoic serpents. Mirrors isn't our best quality, but we can give it a shot. Failed the challenge. I got a fragment at least. Shops. A hollow temple. Arcade of size. Oh, well, we can sell our cask of mushroom wine. That'll give us a couple, but we can hold on to that for now. Just buy a few of fuel. That ought to do us. And we can go fight our friend Mr. Crab. Oop, didn't mean to do that. All the pork reports, indeed. We have travelled far and sampled all of the pork. I do love the logic there. Let's go for a picnic on this horrible monument. I suppose we should sell off all this Xinthar we have. We should stop by Hunter's Keep. We are on our way home. It seems reasonable that we should stop in and say hello to the sisters. We do need to still pick up a clay man as well. And we should talk to the Clauderiere. Invite her to dine with us. The cooked flesh arrives in its shell. From the claws, 8 legs, body and head, she renders a dozen neat bite-sized piles of shredded flesh, sutured with mushroom or pinned together with needles of chitin. Perhaps she has missed her calling as a chef. She denies it. My mother was the child of a surgeon in the first city. Might say that knife work runs in the family. There is a wicked, quirking smile at the corner of her mouth. Then there are rumors about my father. She would deny there is any truth in those. We could improve our hearts. Our pages is our worst skill. Yeah. Doesn't really give us much of a boost though, but we can go up a few more. What about you, Cook? What do you let us do? Okay, well he lets us improve our hearts as well. We can increase our veils. They're pretty terrible, so we should do that. There we go. Much better. Hello, Fenris. Thank you for joining us. Let us go and speak with Lucy today, I believe. Yes, Lucy. I'm not going to romance her yet. That's the important part. There's always a yet. We may do so later on, but for the moment, we have other things. And we do have a likely lass at home that we are at least familiar with. Rose rushes to the rail. Watch the city emerge from the fog. Home, it cries, grinning. Everyone's going to be so surprised. Maybe Mama will cook roast ptarmigan. The grin fades. The snow child looks down at its hands. Only I couldn't eat it. I'll bring her egg hot. I'll sit by her feet at the fire. It'd be like last year with the snow. We played with it. It was fun, but then it melted and Rose sniffles. I can't go home, can I? I'd make her cry again. Is there an alternative you can offer, or should we just get rid of it? Yeah, prestigious doctor murderer. I mean, they're interchangeable depending on where you are. I'd date them, but for now I need them. Also, there's the Clattery Heart to think of. I feel bad for saying mean things about the Snow Child, so I'm going to try to help it. Who knows what it'll get us. My grandpa always told me stories of the East. I always wanted to see it. Mother said he only kept going out to Z because of the trumpets of Gyda's Morn. But she must have lied because when I asked, he just laughed and said he never played any instruments. Rose's eyes shine. East, he never got there, but I will. I'll go further than anyone's ever gone. Not if I just melt, though. Cause that'd be pointless. Rose look up at you, clearly expecting you to perform the impossible. There is a city without kings where devils gather and rewrite the laws of nature. They may be able to assist with this dream for a price. The Snow Child has made a wish. Oh, well. Let's drop off our Sphinx Stone. Oh no. The stone's full of old memories. The bazaar has been drinking them. She nods at the spires that loom over London, the dark limbs that sprawl through the streets. I have a better destination. Help us bring light here below and we'll reward you. Reward you richly. Accept rich reward, light. These are happy words. Or refuse. Those bright, bright eyes, the unmistakable mark of the Dawn Machine. None understand the Dawn Machine, but all fear it. Who knows what its motives are, or hers? Yes, the circus will love our creepy snow child if we can find a way to not make it melt. We could get a not dumb crew member. I say we accept this. I like the ideas of money. To the Grand Geode, somewhere along the coast to the south. Yeah. Sphinx stoned? No. Now a dusty gentleman wishes to talk to us. A counter-proposal. Will I listen? Okay. He stoops like a clerk and coughs like a miner, but that frock coat is the finest fabric and the newest cut. My name is Penstick. The bazaar has been feasting on old memories from the salt lines. It makes her more melancholy and worse for all of us, but especially those who love her. So we found another use of the Sphinx stone. We can set something right. Take it as far, we'll tell you where you will be paid. I've already arranged with the bright-eyed sequencer to take you to the Grand Geode. This will call you to renege. He smells of ammonia and sadness. You should go somewhere that doesn't smell of those things. I'll tell you what, buddy. If you change your mind, I shall still be here. Please, the bazaar, she has been so sick with stories. Help me help her. Let's hire some more crew. Put our ship into dry dock. Think I have enough favors? Yes. 24 echoes. It's good enough for now. I think everything's a sad, lonely place in this world. Visit the Rose Market. We have nothing really. Where is the bespectacled admiral? I've forgotten where he is. Oh, I guess he's just not available at the moment. No, we'll offer him a Z story or two. Well, very well then. Ah, the Admiralty Survey Office. There we are. Vanderbite. Abbey Rock. Now we need to sell some of our stuff. Yeah, let's sell this Xinthar. Very good. You know, I'm not sure if this has a TTRPG book. I'm sure they'd probably be easy to adapt something like Blades in the Dark to the setting, though. A few tweaks with that system would be more than enough to make a decent tabletop with it. It's a good question, though. We will go to Pigmode Island. Chapel of Lights. You must be careful. I don't want to go over our fuel allowance. Yep, very good. So that brings us up to a good total. Oh, I'm sure it will be back. Yes, I hear it is lovely. Well, to the south, I guess. Although we could take on some more fuel. We have room for 4. Or rather, some supplies. We've got 10. Oop. I did not mean to buy that flare. So many acquaintances. I think this will be a purely, what's the word I'm looking for here? Scholarly voyage. Because I haven't gone south enough, and I'm determined to go very south. The chill of avid horizon runs deep in Rose lacquer, but even such primal cold cannot last forever. Rose has something to show you. Rose hurries you into a cargo hold. The walls are covered in charcoal marks. See, I'm shorter today. It's only a centimetre shorter than previous mark. If that, but the worry is real. Every day it melts a little more. The child is starting to thaw. Luminescent beasts like Isla's dolphins play in your wake. Yep. Morning, cold dog. So we need to go to the east, but we have other objectives first. Ah, the Albertine Gates. Yes, we're full of vim and vinegar. No, we don't have the supplies for the surface. We can listen for some surface. Go off it, yep. Vision of the surface. And a port report. Guessing we have some stuff. Well, we can buy some more fuel. Some more supplies. I don't know. Vitality, I guess. It's one of those sayings I don't know the origin of. Further south. It is underground, so the lore of this game is that bats came and stole London and whisked it away into the UnterZee, the underground sea. What are we fighting? Not unfinished revolutionaries. Oh, God. Get out of here. Shoot. Shoot. Be gone. Thankfully, they're not very smart. Ow! They do hit like trains. Yes, go into Adam's Doom. See how that goes for you. It's going very badly for me. Ah, dang it. That's unfortunate. I should have seen that coming. Well, as they say, one adventure ends, a new one begins. So, what should we preserve? We should have purchased lodgings. That is what we should have done. Well, we could get that. Could keep the officer. But we could retain the 50% of our money. Indeed, yes. Well, let's go with the pupil. We'll retain 50% of their mirrors and 50% of the money. But another captain down, another adventure to begin. Let's see. Let's go with a natural philosopher this time. So we'll give us some extra echoes. And I have a plausible surgeon. Someone is looking for passage. What are we looking for? I think we'll go with wealth again. I like to stick with wealth. Yes, Cold, it is. Let's grab the wealth because we wish to retire. They'll refer to me as captain. Let's see. Yes. Again, we are Xinthar. Accept. Alrighty. The anxious university student to Hunter's Keep. He has no money, so the other captains have no interest. But he's a passionate youth and promises that his studies on iron flukes will be rewarding enough. Oh, very well. It's not far. We can take him with us. It's all good, Cold. Let's see. Let's visit the Admiralty Survey Office. Do you need anything in particular? Visit the below. So retrieve strategic information from Guider's Morn again. Somewhere not far from home waters. Perhaps not. Shops. Let's stock up on fuels and supplies, because we have the money to burn. And away we go. We know nothing of the UnterZee yet again. And this time I believe we will go to the south. Well, after we stop off at Hunter's Keep. Oh, thank you so much, Fenris. We will definitely try to take a trip to Rilia. Got all those pennies to pick up now, though. Inspect the lawn fluke with the anxious university student. The anxious student rushes by you, whooping, but he stops on the hilltop on the shore. Standing before the mass of dead needles is a drowny in Nuncian postal uniform. He glowers up at you. This is not where the fluke belongs. The drowny cries in a plummy voice. It's to be taken elsewhere. I already have its delivery label. That means I have to deliver it. The student sneers. Sod your label. Captain, help me hold this beast to Station 3. My advisor at the college has arranged a room where it's dissection and study. My work will benefit us all. Transport the lawn fluke to Station 3 or to Nuncio? Do we do postal work or do we deliver it to Station 3? I mean, someone has money. They have a budget. But my curiosity must be satisfied. Station 3 it is. You shall take it far and wide. Well, let's spy on the house. We have heard all of this before. We'll give it a quick reconnoiter. Sisters of Hunter's Keep. Luncheon with Sister Xinthar. Gaining a tale of terror. Alrighty. Now to the south. Some distance to the southwest is Mutton Island. Let's go have a look. I suppose if we get Mr. Sax's quest again, we will have to try the other blood, see what happens then. Quaker's Haven. We can explore the shore again. Our pages are not very good. We'll try it though. We got some fragments out of it, and that's what's important. Our island will blow your mind. I like that. Welcome to Rylia. Everything is bad here. We could pick up a wretched mug, though. How many supplies does it cost? 3 supplies. I'd rather chat with the fishermen. Pirates plying the waves, smugglers at their work, carnage ships putting in to resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. We don't really need anything else. I think we're quite good, really. Good night, Memento. We will try to not die. Until next time. Onwards. To the dark. To the deep. Who knows, we might actually find Guider's Morn this time. And our non-Euclidean geometries. Once again, we find ourselves here. Xinthar. We must be below Italy? Question mark. Cumian Canal staging area. How much do we need to actually get? 22 fuel. That's quite a lot. We'll listen for some surface coffers. Yes. We have a move in the Great Game. And a report. And we can buy more fuel here. I intend to stay at the sea for a while, so we may as well waste as much money as we can on it. We could have bought up to go and see what's in the surface, but I don't know if it's worth it without exploring down the UnterZee properly first. I must say that this legacy is quite the stereotypical young rich man who has inherited some money, hired a ship, hired a crew, and is now trying to find curiosities and interests in the world. Oh, I forgot I don't have my upgraded cannon anymore. So I'm doing trash damage again. No, we'll scoop it up. Gain some supplies. Here I was thinking I was doing well. How short-sighted of me. We should talk to our friend the surgeon. Now we can increase our pages. I only have one though. You know, they collect corpses. He shifts in his seat. Vast, noble, complicated corpses. What I could learn, what I could see. My dearest Captain, if we ever find ourselves at this Shelonate, I do hope you might see fit to release me from my arrangement. Somewhere in the far east of the UnterZee. Yes, Lieutenant Shade, I find it very relaxing, albeit haunting. You never know what quite lurks in the darkness. To the east lies infinite potential, inevitable geometry. We must go that way. Yes. You haven't driven me mad yet, boys, but we're getting there. The Iron Republic. Engage an officer, the irresponsible cannoneer. How much do you cost? 20 echoes? A bargain. There we go. Now we have a gunnery officer. Gives us +8 iron. We need it because we're quite weak. We'll try to compile a port report. Not madness at all. Market of Hungers at the Parliament of Flies. Yeah, we can buy fuel for exceptionally cheap. And of course, that is what we shall do. Yes, we can repair. But right now, I think the better option is run the hell away. The waves are cluttered with Z-rack, like drowned hair drifting. Ah, we found the Grand Geode. Yes, the old one Santa does as he needs. Now we shall compile a port report. We can speak to someone in authority. The Commodore may be able to give you a few minutes. The Commodore shakes your hand warmly. He's a handsome, open-faced fellow in an immaculate Navy uniform. His office is equally handsome. It overlooks the glittering interior crystal cliff. It must be well lit as any study underneath. He deflects questions about it, the purpose of the installation. Classified, you know, but smilingly offers you tea, biscuits, and mineralogical antidotes. Biscuits are good, but the antidotes rather blend one into the next. You find yourself nodding and then jerk suddenly awake. The Commodore is smiling. Your cup is empty. You feel, well, very well. A little euphoric, even. Come back soon, he says softly. Yep, Fenris. 1 hydrate. Indeed. Thank you for reminding me. Well, we've gained something. The light, it's pretty. Oh, don't like that. Vital intelligent. The Carnelian exile. Well, we don't have a first officer yet. 1 Carnelian exile. Which gives us mirrors +6 and pages +3. Very good. Coffee is hydrating. You are correct. And damn anyone who tells you otherwise. Oh, a shining dreadnought I have no desire to mess with. My first captain fell to one of these behemoths. Thankfully, they won't mess with you if you don't mess with them. And we've reached as south as we can go. I forget about that debuff that we have to let our engine cool down after we use full speed. Look, what's a few limbs between friends? New limbs, old limbs, strange limbs. Port Carnelian. Ah, the fierce philanthropist. The house is built in tall, porticoed London style, red brick with white plaster, decorative island railings painted black. Its mistress is the subject of intense colonial gossip. Independently wealthy and an industrialist's daughter, a widow unwelcome in London. What then does she want with you? An invitation arrived as soon as you docked. Indeed, multiply well armed. Well, let's accept the invitation. You expected a sizable gathering, but it's just you, her, and a decanter of admirable sherry. She is not small woman, and comprehensively occupies her armchair. She wears sensible satins and sensible shoes. Her hair is impeccably curled. I have heard a number of shocking things about you, Captain, all of which I consider thoroughly promising. Her accent has a hint of Midlands melancholy to it. She must have spent much of her life on the surface. For a time she asks questions about your travels, and listens avidly to your answers. Then she gets down to business. A question, Captain. She tops off her sherry. Some years ago, the nations of the Neath struck an agreement to abandon their research into submarine travel and leave the Z depths untouched. Ah, the agreement about nothing of consequence. Sailors mutter about it when listening to the Admiralty's follies. You nod. She raises her glass to her lips. And what is your opinion of this agreement? Scoff about it? Approve of it? No, we're going to acquire a submarine. Her smile is conspiratorial. Then we can help each other. I am prepared to finance, in a large part, improvements to your ship that will make it capable of submarine travel. The Admiralty and other powers disapprove of such innovations. Therefore, we will need to be discreet. I have procured experts, laborers, and a workshop. They are well paid and loyal. Here is the address. Meet us here and we can begin our work. Help you convert your ship to a submarine at her hidden workshop. What do I need? 3Z stories. Provide additional funding. We need an outlandish artifact. Phase 2, retrieve a set of Zonar or leave the workshop. Well, we can fund it at least. 75 echoes, very good. We need to get the Stygian ivory. Sacrifice an extraordinary implication. Leave a set of Zuna. Okay. Well, we need to gather some stuff. Visit Megatroid's Imperial Tea Shop. Call at Heart's Cross House. The governor administers this distant fleck of Her Majesty's empire. The governor is very, very busy. An attaché offers you a bowl of sugared puffballs and explains the work the governor does to keep the natives. Got to keep them happy, what? After all, they are tigers. You now have one port report carnelian. Okay. Oh, we could pan for sapphires in the fungal jungle. Funky. Insinuate an agent? Well, let's try and get some sapphires. Why the hell not? Failed. One tale of terror. Yeah, I figured as much. There's a tiger sitting on a broad mushroom cap, asking unflattering questions about your traditional value. You retreat. They do sound nice. Oh dear. I think we're good for the moment. We must go north now. I believe so, yes. Let's... Shops. Ooh, the Sapphire Exchange. Ooh, we can buy Dark Drop coffee beans here for 38. But I don't think we'll need it. Anything in the shipyards? Oh, you can buy the Cloudery Hearts. But I need a deed to the Cloudery Heart. Buttery. Milton's Vortex. I think that name, oh no. Rainier's Vortex. Milton's Vortex. Sounds nice. I'd like to try them. I do not want to fight a lawn fluke. Time to go. Full speed ahead. Not a fan of that at all. Ooh, interesting. I can't remember, Mambo Rambo. I think that you do take damage, but I also know that enemy ships don't, because otherwise I would have been okay. The Fathom King's Hold. Lorcan's port named after the most enterprising of drownies. Phosphor cells burn green. Somewhere below the king awaits. Well, I'm guessing we can't because we don't have a Z story. Well, we'll compile a port report for now, but we now know where the Fathom King lives. Any shops? Nope. Shipyards? Nope. Let us away then. Really? Again? Well, it's worth killing them for the money at least. Oh. The story Storm is noisiest, angriest, and least reasonable of the Z-Guards. Better not take chances. How many supplies does that cost? No, it's only one supplies. Although Storm has now given us his attention. Playing a little bit sloppily all of a sudden. Almost got him. Ah, we shall rescue the pirate poet again. There we go. 400 echoes. Bringing an unfinished man aboard again. Oh, there was something over there. The Sisterhood of Abbey Rock. We meet again. Got lucky on that one. Managed to get off a second shot that killed it. Ah, we will dissect it. We still haven't found Station 3, which is where we need to take this Lorne fluke. Yeah. Get that port report. We have no... No, we did manage to get a lamentable reference. Oh, we got a revelatory chart. Very good. Excuse me. Well, that's pretty much all we could do here. I suppose we'll just head north. And perhaps consider picking up some... Oh, we could also stop off at the abyss again. Ah, the Shepherd Isles. Do we have a navigator? How much does he cost? 50 echoes. Could be worth it. No, it's another first officer though. We already have one of them. Perhaps not. Anything at the shops? They've got some fuel for pretty terrible prices. No, I think we're good for the moment. We shall continue our northward sprint. Oh, Sigrant, thank you so much for subscribing. Yeah, Saint Haven. Iron and Misery Funging Station, perhaps? Oh no, Pigmoat Island again. Well, so we've done this before, and we sided with the rats. I'm not sure if we want to. Do we want to leave it to chat to decide what we do this time? Who shall we side with, the rats or the guinea pigs? I would make a poll if I knew how to do that, but unfortunately it's not allowing me to make one. Well, I've got 2 for guinea pig so far. We did the rats last time, so let's go ahead and do the... We will either try to make peace or get the guinea pigs. Yes. I mean, it's possible that they make tiny bacon. Well, we could try to help them get along. Doesn't look like the peace is going to work. So we're going to go with the seneschal. The guinea pigs it is. Now this time our best stat is mirrors. God, the cavies look so weird. Well, since we haven't done this, I'll do a quick read of this. The seneschal led me to the southern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. We passed through a number of raised mounds of earth mixed with fortifying strips of mushroom flesh, which I suppose to be makeshift walls. The settlement was dazzling this side of the island, appeared to be absolutely wreathed in scintillac. The Cavi's dwelling was awash with silver phosphorescence. It was a large colony, most noticeable at the steam pinnace, the impossible lab. They had run aground, from which Cavies came and went, bearing supplies. To the right, the ship farther down the beach, a large group of Cavies lay bundles of colourful cloth, whining and waiting as if in wailing as if in pain. To the other left of the ship was a ramshackle tent of poles and linen, of which guinea pigs clashed against each other and sharpened their teeth. The centre of the village was covered dais veritably festooned with colourful cloth and guarded by well-decorated knights. I suspected this was where the king's grace Nor kept counsel. Be welcome, Captain, in the kingdom of Cavia, capital of the isle, and blessed by the light of Our Lady's eye. The seneschal spoke solemnly and with a hint of sadness to her words. Or so it was, and shall be again. I must speak with our king, and prepare for your arrival. My page will show you the area that bring you in sight of his splendor in good time. An elderly-looking Cavi greeted me, eyeing me gravely. Many of us are sickening during the voyage, a rotting in our teeth, a weakness in the flesh. It's true, they are very loud and quite angry. The elder looked sorrowfully at the sick under his care. Since the rats stole her, the sickness has returned. All this light is but a mockery of hers, and we gain from it no benefit. The only thing the elder ears and voice flatten in a hiss, that helps our condition in his flesh, the very hearts and livers of the rats who stole her from us. Steam pinnace on the beach. The splendor of Cavia overtook this vessel. I was born here, the first native of Cavia, but all our elders remember the voyage. It was hard, they say, or harder, but the sea is black and unkind. We were lost in the dark for weeks, but no one speaks of those terrible times. I think we've seen enough of this. Don't really have a good chance to help them either. No worries, inevitable geometry. Thank you for stopping by. 37. We're just gonna have to go for it. We failed. No, we can keep trying though. We did it. And we got 4 scintillac out of it. I don't want the cavies to just have free reign over the rats though, so I'm going to speak up on behalf of the rats. And then I think we'll be on our way. Hello, cat dealer. How are you? I think I'm pretty much almost done with this, so I think I might head back for London. Then I might call it a stream there, guys. Unless something interesting happens. We're not far from London. But we still haven't found Guider's Morn again. And how was work? Yep, we found a crab cake. I believe Gordon Ramsay would call it raw, though. You're very welcome. It's always wonderful to stream for you guys. So happy you all turned out. And I'm just going to keep showing up and doing them as long as people want to keep watching them. And I do love the Sunless series. As I have been saying, I do want to finish at least one of these ambitions, and then I'm going to move on to Sunless Skies. And then from there, maybe Mask of the Rose will be out and we can go and date Mr. Sachs. Because that sounds like a great idea. I mean, let's go hook up with the nameless horror. But we'll see where we go. Or I could play World of Horror at some point as well. I do enjoy that game with its Junji Ito horror vibes and roguelike gameplay. Alright though, again, thank you all so much for showing up. I really do appreciate it. And look forward to more coming from people today. I'm not sure what's next on the schedule, but I'm sure it'll be something great. Oh, the courtesy flush has showed up. Say hello to Mr. Crow, everybody, the editor from Tex Talks Battletech. Anyway, you all have a wonderful night. And I will see you next time.